What up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome back to another live stream. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank y'all so much for being here. Shout out to you guys. I lost track of time. I'm so sorry. Y'all, my bad. Shout out to you guys. Thank y'all so much for being here. Listen, as you come into the building, make sure you hit the like button. Hit the like button. That is super, super important. So make sure you hit the like button as you come into the building. Shout out to everybody watching, everybody in the chat, everybody who supports the channel. I appreciate you guys. I hope all is well with y'all. What is today? Today is Thursday? Happy Thursday. Shout out to you guys. Thank y'all so much for being here. Listen, put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me perfectly fine. 1 in the chat if the audio is good. 1 in the chat if the audio is good. Please let me know. What's going on, Samuel? What's going on, JW? Alex in the building. Lamaya Kennard, the DJ. Lorenzo Redmond in the building. Successful MD. What's going on? Ern Jordan. Jamil in the building. 843. Eze. Duke in the building. What's going on? Divine Photos. What's going on? Classic Perspective. Karen Ward Ross, Brother Man, Mike Davis. Shout out to y'all. Irving Hunt in the building. Thank y'all. Cap 12, Lorenzo, JSU Tiger, and Ronde. I hope I'm saying that right. Thank y'all so much for being here. Shout out to y'all. So y'all see the title, y'all. We're going to hop right into this. I'm not going to keep y'all too long. My apologies for being late, y'all. I forgot what time it was. I was talking to my husband and I forgot what time it was. My bad. I appreciate y'all for being here. Travis Hunter's wife allegedly, because wants a divorce plus Feminists gets kicked off panel at Team Fatty plus more. Shout out to Team Fatty and his crew and Ilkan, Ali, and all of those guys over there. I appreciate them. We're going to get into it, y'all. Listen. Make sure you hit the like button as you come into the building. Also, if you want to support the channel, make sure you are supporting via Super Chat or Cash App. Also, make sure you share the stream if you can, you guys. And hit that notification bell to be notified when I go live or post new content. And if you are new in the building and you like the content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It is free to subscribe. All right? So we're going to get into the video. So there's this rumor going around. They're calling it a rumor, y'all. And I'm going to say allegedly because right now people really don't know if this is true or not. And this is why I put allegedly, because we don't know if it's the truth, but it is a rumor and it is speculation that's going around about Travis Hunter and his wife getting a divorce. They're saying allegedly that she filed for divorce and is demanding $40 million, child. Now, people are saying and they're speculating about this. It hasn't been confirmed or anything, but this is what's going around on social media, which, you know, if this is a thing, you know, a lot of people have already kind of speculated about this and kind of saw this coming. If this is allegedly the truth, it would be sad if this is the case, because they just got, what did they get married? This May 24th of this year. So what is it? It hasn't been 3 months, and this is circulating all over social media. They're saying it's not true or it's alleged. I don't know, but it's going around. So, you know, sometimes where there's smoke, there's fire, child. I don't know if it's true, but this is what people are speculating. And it's so interesting because, you know, people were telling Travis that, you know, this is not a good look. This woman may not be the one for you, that you should run, that you should not marry this woman because she basically told you that you wasn't her type, that she's basically allegedly in it for the money, or, you know, she's already, you know, allegedly causing problems and acting a certain way. and tried to, warn him and tell him that this may not be a good look for you. This may not be what you think it is, and maybe you should not rush to marry this woman. That hey, y'all could stay engaged for quite some time, and then till you know for sure that this is the woman you want to marry and that she's really in it for the right reasons. But Travis decided as an adult he wanted to go and do it his way, and he did. So it would be unfortunate if this is the case, because I'm pretty sure that would hurt his feelings because he really cares about this woman and he really wants to marry her. And it would prove everybody else right if this is actually what's happening. Now I want to move it to this particular post where this kind of went viral as well when she was posted a video of herself crying over social media. This is where people were saying, oh Lord, there's trouble in paradise already. So people were already speculating about that. And this is from the Shade Room where they said Travis Hunter's wife, Leanna, shared an old clip of herself crying on TikTok. In the caption, she reflected on how much she's grown over the past 6 months, saying she's gotten closer to Jesus and taken a step back from social media. And then it says at the bottom, and when God gets ready to make you a great woman, she goes on to say, I wish I could go back and hug December me, because, oh baby, God was about to change your heart in the most important and beautiful way. She says, I don't even recognize this girl anymore. The amount you can grow and develop in just 6 months of devoting your life to Jesus and getting away from the shackles of the world and social media is truly astounding. I wish the peace I found within Jesus on everyone who reads this. Your identity in him matters for how I can't even see that, how something and something changed something to perceive you or something. I can't even see that part. But this is something she posted and it was of her crying. And so basically she's talking about how she changed and how she's grown and things of that nature. But people were saying she was probably, not really happy with the marriage or the relationship or whatever. We don't fully know. You know what I mean? We're all speculating. Thank you, JW. We're all speculating. We don't really know what the hell is really going on. But people I think are just prepared for what they believe is going to happen. They already kind of believe that this woman is going to leave this man and take him for half his money. I'm hoping she doesn't, but I wouldn't be shocked if it happened. That's all I'm saying. And I would definitely feel bad for him. But once again, I said before, this is something he's going to have to deal with. I'm freezing. This is something that he's going to have to deal with. He's going to have to, if that's the case, deal with, the consequences of that. And once again, I will say, I hope this does not play out the way people thinking it's going to play out. I hope that they are in a solid, good marriage and it works out. But because, a lot of people either have experienced something like this or they, you're a little more wiser and you could see what's coming down the pike. You know what I'm saying? You could kind of tell based off of people's actions what they might do. You know what I'm saying? So, and he's fairly young and it's just like he found the love of his life and he just wanted to commit to it. He wanted to do the right things. But is he the love of her life? That's the real question. Is he the love of her life is the question that everybody has. We know he's got his nose wide open. We know he loves her, but does she love him the same? And that's what's questionable in all of this, because she clearly said he wasn't her type and she was not feeling him and was not trying to date him in the beginning. And then something changed. The next thing you know, now all of a sudden they together and in love. Jamil 843, thank you for the super chat, says the wife, her brother, his best friend. The wife, her brother, his best friend. Okay. I mean, I don't know what you're trying to say, Jamel 843. She the wife, her brother, she the wife, her brother, his best friend. I don't get it. But thank you for the super chat, Jamil 843. Um, let's see. Classic perspective. Thank you for the super chat. Says the only sports star who's done this and it worked was Kobe Bryant. Right. Yeah, I think there was speculation about her too, but I guess anytime you find a woman who is going after celebrities and stuff like that, you assume that they're going for the money. I mean, we know that's a big part of it, honestly. hmm Thank you, classic perspective. I appreciate you. Successful MD says, just shows many love negativity, not surprise. Thank you, successful MD. I appreciate you. And many people do. Irvin Hunt says, better divorce now, pay less as possible. He's young. Make it up next contract. Thank you, Irving Hunt, for the super chat. Yeah, this is crazy. Jamil says, meaning they got their claws deep in Travis. Gotcha. Thank you, Jamil. Once again, I appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. What he signed a contract for what? 40 something million as well. So, I mean, they've only been married a few months. So, how does that work? I don't know. Depending on the state that you married in, some states you have to be married a certain amount of time before you can request a certain amount of money from the divorce. In some states, it's different. But overall, thank you once again, Jamil. Overall, I just think it's unfortunate, and you would think that these young men would learn from what they're seeing from the situations that they're seeing based off of other people and how it's easy to get finesse out here in these streets. You would think that and where are the parents are, once again, where are the fathers, where are the parents to tell these young men about this? And once again, he's an adult. You can tell them all you want, but if they're not listening, they're gonna do what they want to do. That's what being an adult is about. He's a athlete. He's making his own money. He gonna make the decisions that he want to make. So, once again, I just hope it doesn't pan out like most people are expecting it to pan out. Because I don't want to see anybody used like that. But I mean, once again, none of us would be surprised, right? None of us would be surprised because we could kind of, you can kind of see certain things. Jamil 843 says, hope them Jacksonville goons don't try her. LOL, child. Thank you, Jamil, once again. Somebody say 6 months, she will get a payday, but not much. That's what I'm saying. And another thing too, if they're Tennessee they don't care about prenups. See, and that's what I'm saying. If they're in one of the states where it's not about, I mean, will she get much? I wouldn't think she would get much because they've only been married for a few months. But how does that? I don't know how all that work. But anyway, child, it's unfortunate. I just thought they should have just stayed engaged. Hell, a lot of these athletes will, they will propose to the woman and be engaged for 10 and 15 years, child. Just to shut her up, just to be like, girl, you got a ring. We engaged. What's going on, Brian? And just be cool, be easy. You got a ring, so you should be happy. Like, why not just do that to make sure you're making the best decision? Get to, let the relationship play out a little bit longer. That's what I thought, before you just jump in and be like, oh, I want you to be my wife so fast, especially looking at the context in which y'all became, how y'all got together and how she responded to you initially. Like, you gotta use your brain. Like, wait a minute, hold on, she wasn't interested in me for all this time. And I kept trying to pursue her, and all of a sudden, look like when look like I'm about to go pro or whatever. Then all of a sudden she was like, "Oh yeah, okay, oh yeah," and you're just waiting for it. Like, nah, she wasn't interested in you at first. Nah, when she tried to come back around, you should have said, "Oh no, I moved on." You know, you got to live and you learn. Sometimes you just can't tell people how to do stuff. You got to let them experience it for themselves because they don't. They just got to go through it the hard way. I guess I don't know. Um, you know, I don't know. East Coast Kev, thank you for the super chat. Says, I follow Colorado and Travis Hunter. That's fake news. He's not getting a divorce yet. Operative word yet. That's crazy. That's crazy, y'all. I wish the best to them, but child, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised. East Coast Kev. East Coast Kev. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you for the support. Yeah, Tennessee is an equitable distribution state. She gets half of it. Damn. Oh my God. So I mean, I wish the best. What's going on, Frank G Life? Thank you once again, East Coast Kev, for the super chat. I appreciate you, child. I just wish the best for him. I just wish if he was my son, I would have really wished that he would have waited and just been proposed. Y'all could date or whatever, but don't jump into the marriage part so quickly until you see what's really going on. Don't jump into the marriage. Don't get her pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Like date her and y'all just date. And if she was pressuring you to marry you so quickly, just, that should have been a red flag. Like a lot of things were red flags that I don't think he paid attention to. And I think, that's what people are seeing. Once again, I honestly don't think people are far-fetched or far off the mark for thinking the way they're thinking. I don't. I mean, because I see a lot of the red flags myself. But once again, this is a grown man. He's young, but he's grown. He can make his own decisions, and he made his own decisions in spite of what everybody else was saying, and he has a right to do that. But, it would be interesting to see the outcome. I'm not wishing on their downfall. I don't wish on anybody's downfall or things to go bad. It just, I always would say proceed with caution, especially when you see red flags, when you see something that's not looking right, don't just ignore them and jump in and thinking it's going to be great. And then when it happens, and we never know. He might be the type of person where he's like, you know what? Let me make my mistakes. Let me deal with it. Y'all don't have to worry about it. Let me make my choices and let me deal with my, whatever the outcome. The outcome may be good. The outcome may not be. But if he might be one of those types that's like, listen, if I made a mistake, oh well, I'm gonna acknowledge it and let me go through that mistake and let me do it because that's my right to do. And if I don't mind losing half my money, I'm just saying. You don't mind losing half your money over that's not like a itty bitty mistake. You know what I'm saying? Like people are trying to like save you, like, hold on. Like, cause if you make that such a major mistake like that, it's gonna cost you majorly. So if it's gonna, that ain't something you just do willy-nilly. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like you picking a car to buy or something simple. Like, no, this could cost you a lot of the money that you working so hard for. Like why would you want to put yourself in that situation is all I'm saying. That's not like a little bitty mistake because it could cost you your livelihood. This woman could just come in and pretend and then just take half of what you got. Like are you really ready? You're willing to risk it all? And I don't think he has a prenup. Do y'all know if he has a prenup? And y'all say those don't even work. So I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't want to. If it was my son, I wouldn't want to see him have to go through all of that. When you could have done it differently. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying that's a lot to have to lose. No prenup, child. Irving Hunt, thank you once again for the super chat. Says young guys get their first regular stink. Stink? No one can tell them anything, right? Everyone tried to tell him about her. I think her family put her up to the whole thing, complete with exit plan, right? Because it may benefit them. You know, she go and get these millions out of him for him just being clueless. And then what? Her family can benefit from it. That's some shit right there. I'm just like, Lord have mercy. Where is his family? Like, why won't you, even if you don't want to listen fully, at least do a prenup, do something, something to protect yourself. And you know what I'm saying? You didn't have to jump into a marriage. You could just been engaged for years. Just be engaged. Don't knock her up and see where this is headed. That way, if it's not lining up or whatever, y'all can walk away, and now you don't have to. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Oh, thank you, Irvin Hunt. I appreciate you. I hope this doesn't happen that way, but that would be a tragic situation. Dang. Yeah. So let's see. She's gonna be seen as the sacrifice, and in Tennessee, it's gonna get more. What? He has a better chance of survival versus regular productive men. He got a no-nup. Oh hell, Lord. Everybody has to learn in life. He will find out one day. I bet Travis got blue balls. He ain't getting no. Zero. I would have gave all my assets to Coach Prime. He would have looked out for him. That's a good point. Facts. My first steady piece was toxic as hell, but I stayed. Luckily, I didn't get her pregnant and finally kicked her to the streets. Okay. Travis suffers from severe blue balls and chronic. Y'all gotta stop with the blue balls. Serious. Y'all serious? Why y'all keep saying that? I'm trying to ignore it. Why y'all keep saying y'all stupid? Why y'all keep saying that man got blue balls? Y'all a mess. Oh Lord. Successful people say, DeeDee, you know what most women are after? After the money, child. She probably count each instance of sex with him until she hits that I can't do this anymore number. Oh my God. Y'all are nuts. And she try and drain it more. What? Travis got blue balls. Y'all just say any damn thing. Which y'all, stop. It would be sad if he do though, right? Right? Wouldn't it be? What? It wouldn't make sense for you to be a married man. And I know y'all be saying, oh, married couples ain't probably doing nothing. They get married, they ain't having no sex. Well, it's sad if you married and you got blue balls. I'm just saying. Oh, Lord. That's why he's so amped during games. Travis gonna learn today. Balls. So it's y'all stupid. Get off that man balls. Let's keep it moving. I'm not talking about that no more. Someone has Kennard's phone today. Y'all are nuts, baby. Oh my God. He said blue ball hurt. I don't know nothing about it. Oh Lord. That's crazy. Oh shoot. Anyway, she throw that thing every day. Finna get pregnant. What? Bet that. You might as well put your balls in the in a fishing net. What? I had to walk home from a room one time because the girl was what? Okay. Travis gonna have 0 interceptions. You're dealing with her. Oh my God, y'all are nuts. Generated balls. I see why YouTube is the new TMZ. She got him drinking protein shakes every 3 hours. Y'all made my side hurt. Y'all nuts as hell. Anyway, we're gonna move on because y'all tripping. Y'all done latched on to that. And y'all are crazy. Shout out to Travis. I hope they doing great. I heard somewhere that they bought a new kitty or something, a new cat or something. What the protein shakes gonna do? Every 3 hours. Oh, Lord. Jesus Christ. Anyway, shout out to Travis. I hope Travis and her are doing well. Hopefully it works out, y'all. Y'all got to wish the best for these young people. That girl might be the best thing that ever has happened to him. She might be a good woman. She might really care about this man. You know, they were showing videos at the wedding, and he was trying to kiss her, and she was like, she was dodging. Every chance she got, she was like, But, you know, she might really care about him. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she just didn't want to be on camera or something. Maybe, you know, she didn't want them filming her, you know, maybe or something. She not used to, you know, kissing them in public or something. I don't know. But I just know, baby, she was like moving and like she wasn't really, you know, she wasn't. But anyway, maybe it's not what we think. Maybe it's something else. But it don't look too good. But maybe, you know, we looking too hard. Maybe it's us. And we don't, because we don't really know these people for real. We don't really know how they really feel about it. He know his woman, she know him, and hopefully that's good enough. Hopefully, you know, hopefully it works out. That's all I'm saying. Because I'm not gonna be the one going down saying I wish these downfall on these people. No, because I don't. I really don't. I wish them the best. Hopefully it works out. And however it turns out, hopefully, you know, they both learn from the situation. Hopefully he learned from it, she learns from it or whatever, and then keep it moving and they can, you know, still thrive or whatever. So that's it on that, y'all. We're going to move on from that. I'm not going to focus on that too much. Let's move on. I have another clip. This comes from Team Fatty's podcast, you guys. Shout out to them. I want to play this clip. This particular live stream was off the chain. I put the link to the full one in the description box, y'all. This live was crazy as hell. They went off. I wanted to play a little bit from it and get y'all thoughts on it. So make sure you chime in the comments below. I want to hear your thoughts on this one. Whitney R, thank you for the super chat, says, I was wondering if you can do a video on the secret to your or a long-lasting marriage. Me and my sister would write it down and take notes to prepare for marriage in the future. I could definitely do a video on that. I basically talked about it. But yeah, that's definitely something I could do. So yeah, I will, which I basically kind of allude to what it basically is. And, you know, I could give basic tips. Yes, I definitely can. Thank you, Whitney R. I appreciate you for that. Super chat. I could definitely do it in a live stream or a regular video or both. So yeah, thank you once again for being here. I appreciate you. So I want to play this particular clip. It was titled "Feminists Gets Kicked Off of Podcast," but I want you guys to hear what went down. This podcast was epic. I really enjoyed it. I watched the whole thing, and I just took a bit of it to share with you guys if you haven't seen it. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Please hit the like button. Hit the like button, you guys. Let's go ahead and get into it. Here we go.
I'm not willing to back off until you prove your point. You said that you could prove that we just stagnated. You agreed. Prove it.
Finish your point.
Let's move on. Now suddenly you want him to finish his point? Answer the question. Lady. Just make her answer. Answer the question.
Stop crying. I'm gonna drink your tea.
You mute yourself and refuse to speak to me and then say, I'm crying, lady? Give me a break. Answer my question, you dense idiot. Answer the question.
You walk around a bunch of women. You say a question and then don't want the answer? I ain't never said a question to somebody and then kept talking. Only do that. If I say, what's 5 plus 5? I'm not going to be like, cause if you don't know 5 plus 5 and keep talking, let's stop and let her answer the question.
It's called a rhetorical question, you bitch.
Shouldn't be called a rhetorical question because I got to answer.
Who you calling a
public defender? I'm a you broke.
So anyways, so we're, oh my God, Angry man, calm down. Calm down.
Can I play this video now? Can I play this video?
No, can I finish talking or no? It is.
Do you ever finish talking?
You were finished talking.
Last week on the Untouchable Super Panel.
So do you believe that the majority of, so not do you believe, because a woman decides that she does not have to cook for a man, she does not have to perform for a man when she's dating those men, it does not mean the woman does not have the ability to do so. More women are saying, I do not wish to perform for men. It doesn't mean she does not know how to. So Angry Man's question was, do they know how? Not will they do it for you? It's do they know how to cook and clean? In which I said majority do. Yes, it does not mean the majority is going to do it for you.
And my answer still stays. The majority of them don't know how to cook.
Right.
You don't know. Them don't.
Yeah, I agree with Lady Shan. Like, if you look at the culture, a lot of women, modern women, they view that as demeaning. They view having to cook and clean and do all of the things that their mothers or their grandmothers did as demeaning. Some even consider it slavery. So there are women that will say, I won't, but really they can't because they don't know how. They can't boil water.
I might be setting myself up, but do you guys think that the average modern man knows how to build a house with his bare hands?
No, but he knows how to cook.
But cooking is a woman's job according to the patriarchy, correct?
No, cooking.
So we're doing gender roles because
no,
roles,
right?
Oh
my God. No,
if we're doing gender roles, I just want to go gender role for gender role.
The best. Can you let me answer the question? If woman job according to the patriarchy was cooking, most of Michelin chefs wouldn't be men. Like on the top 30 Michelin, the best cooks in the planet are men. So we 1 second. So 1 second, please. 1 second. So we transition.
You're gonna be the moderator. You ain't moderating that much.
Can I run my own show? Like, why are you guys acting up? No. Every time that y'all came.
God damn. You know, see, this is how I look at panels where people are always over talking each other. It just, you can't, you're trying to focus on a clear, angle and listen to what one person is saying and the other one interject. It looks a hot mess. Watching this make me see how it looks when you're trying to hear what one person is saying, the other person just keep talking. Like that gets annoying. But what I want to say, I think that most modern women today don't know how to cook and they don't want to do it. So I think a lot of them will just say, it's like they make a big deal out of cooking and cleaning. My thing is, the majority of these women out here already have kids. So do y'all cook and clean for your kids? That's the thing. That's the part I don't get. So you don't want to cook for a man, but you still have to cook for your kids, right? You still have to clean your house, right? You still have to do these things either way. So what's the difference if you're doing it for you and your kids versus you, your kids, and your man? If you're expecting him to be a provider, a protector, and all these things and look after you guys and y'all support each other, what's wrong? It doesn't take much more if you're already cooking to cook and fix him a plate. It's not a big deal. But they make it seem like cooking and cleaning is slavery. Like, oh my God, we're slaving over the kitchen, the hot stove all day. And we're just so tired. We're cooked. Like, what are you feeding your kids? That's my question. Don't you cook healthy meals for your children or they eat McDonald's every day? What's going on? Because I know that is a thing for some. The children just eat fast food all day. You know what I mean? So a lot of them aren't cooking anything. Y'all going to Popeyes and McDonald's and Burger King and Pizza Hut and then you're going to the store, which is difficult now to spend them food stamps on the snacks because you're going to the store and getting the little juice boxes and the snacks, but you can't even get that on stamps anymore. So they probably ain't getting that now. So it's just, fast food all day. You're not cooking and you're not cleaning up your house. I don't understand. That seems like the bare minimum to me. Let's continue.
Here, y'all play y'all position. All of a sudden, y'all can crazy. Why? Today. Can we have a conversation? Can we have a conversation, public offender?
Can we?
Okay. So what I'm saying is that most roles are democratized now. Like men know how to cook and clean, women go to work. Like the functions of both of genders actually meshed up. Like y'all keep saying that women now work more and do those things and do this and do that. The same way women now know how to make money, have credit cards, houses, and all that. Men started to do things that were traditionally feminine.
But Fatty, it's a false equivalency. He's comparing building a house to cooking a pan
to survival skills.
It's ridiculous.
How many hours does it take you to build a house, Angry Man?
It's not a gender public. That's not a gender role. No, building a house, public defender. We're not gonna public. There's twice you about to do this. First, we was wiping ass.
I can't have a conversation.
No, hold on, brother. No, brother. Hold on.
Jesus Christ.
Public. Let's have a genuine conversation.
You want me here or not?
No. First, we were wiping ass. A man building a house is not a gender role. Come on.
Let me ask the question, Ali. You not even letting the question get asked.
We already
go ahead. What is the question?
Ask the question. You don't even know what's about to happen. Let me ask the question. So the question again: how many hours? If you I'm just guesstimate. You ain't got to be right or wrong. I'm not trying to lock you in or nothing. I'm being real. How many hours do you think it takes to build a 2,000 square foot, a 1,500 square foot house?
Up to code? Up to code or not up to code?
I don't. Either one. Whatever one you want to do.
No, I mean not up to code. It would probably only take a few days if you had all the materials.
Okay, let's go up to code because we want you to be able to.
Well, I mean, if it was up to code and I had to do it by hand, let's say
no. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. Andrew.
So public defender.
You have all the tools and everything modern. You have all of that, right? But you have to build it yourself, right? I'm asking you.
For me, it would probably take me, if it was all up to code, it would probably take me somewhere 6 to 8 weeks, I would guess. If it was 2,000 square feet, it was all up to code. And I had all the materials and all the tools and all the crew.
Yeah, 5. So 5, that's 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, roughly, right? So you're talking about 40 hours times 6, correct?
Yeah, and I'm not a builder, but I think if you're getting ready to
compare this to how often a woman has to cook, which is every day.
No, I understand the question. I'm happy to answer it. Yeah, probably 6 to 8 weeks for me to do it.
Okay, so we talking what? 240 hours, right? Does that sound right?
Something like that, sure.
Okay, cool. So we're talking about 240 hours to build a home. Okay, how many hours do you think a person spends? I don't know, in a lifetime cooking.
I knew this is where he was going with it.
Is it over 240 hours or is it less than 240? If you had to guess,
probably
you mean based on the averages of person?
Probably less time than it takes for the man to work.
Hang on. I'm sorry. Do men only build one house?
Listen to what I'm saying. Yes,
all right.
You only built the one house you live in because most people build a house and they live in it. They don't build.
Most people don't build a house and then live in it. No, that's incorrect.
Live in the house.
No, most people don't build a house and then live in it. That's incorrect.
No,
in 2025.
Hold on.
2025.
No, hold on. We're not about to hold on.
Built a house and they live
hold on. This is a bad argument again. If you live with yourself,
it's a bad argument because it blows up y'all dumbass point.
Let me finish. No,
it doesn't.
No, can I finish, y'all, please? It's a disingenuous argument because when a woman wants a man to cook, she'll say everybody should learn how to cook. But once she has to cook for a man, she's a slave or a maid. If she's single, she's cooking for herself. She's just being an adult. So it's nothing wrong with adding an extra plate and making seeing as barbaric if I'm asking a woman to cook in a house, especially if I'm providing. You keep making these disingenuous arguments that are not relevant to the conversation, nor is it you're equating cooking to building a house, but that's not a gender role. So
and why do I see women do that too? You equate, can you build a house to cook? Like what? To me, it takes less time to cook than it does to build a house. Well, it's not that difficult to cook if you know how to cook. You know what I mean? And it doesn't take more time to cook for extra. You can make enough food for the whole house to eat. Like what are we doing? Like who's adding up how many hours and time it takes to cook a meal especially when you have children and you got a whole family that you got to feed. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. And I would rather cook a meal than build a house. I don't want to be outside tearing up my fingers trying to build a house with wood and nails. Like I don't get the equivalency and the relevance, honestly. Classic Perspective, thank you for the super chat, says half of those women don't cook. That's why they mad at Trump for not being able to buy snacks. Right. Thank you, Classic Perspective. I appreciate you. Jamil says he grew up fatherless. I can tell how he argues. Oh, wow. You may have a point there. I don't know. But thank you, Jamil. I appreciate you for this super chat. Let's continue.
If a woman cooking is too difficult to be with a man, why is it okay to cook for herself or cook for her children? It's only when she has to cook for a man where it becomes problematic and public offender, you start fighting over it. If she can cook for herself as an adult and a single woman, and she's strong and independent, it should be no problem to cook for a man that loves her and providing for her.
Right.
Yeah, I think I'm just talking about hours.
Can you address what I just said? Can you address what I just said?
Hold on. I am.
Public.
I'm going to address what you're saying.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay. Jesus Christ. So again, the point isn't can a woman just add on another plate, because to do that, it takes more labor. Whether you acknowledge that or not, it's hilarious. To cook more food takes more time.
No, it doesn't. No, it literally does.
If you only got to cut a half an onion and you got to cut a whole onion, it takes double the amount of time.
Well, I mean, how much time do you think it takes? How much time does it take to cut one onion versus 2 onions? Not much more time. We have a big family. So yes, of course, we have to cook more. And listen, I cook, my husband cook, my children could cook at this point. They cook too. We all contribute in cooking because everybody know how to cook. So 1 onion versus 2 onions. Yeah, we cook more, but I mean, it's not hours in between for how much longer it takes to make a big pot of gravy versus a small pot of gravy, a big pot of grits versus a small pot of grits. You just put more. It's the same process. You put some water in a pot, you add a little salt or whatever you're gonna add, and you pour the grits in. You measure, you cook it. It's all the same process. You still cooking it. It don't take 3 hours to cook grits for a bigger family versus a smaller family. It's still the same process. You just use a bigger pot. Use a bigger pot, you put more grits in that pot. It's still the same time as you would take a smaller pot with less grits. It's still the same thing. It doesn't take hours and hours more to do. Just saying, like, come on. You cook more, but it's same. It's not like, it's not no hours and hours of difference. You cook the same way you cook. You just add a little bit more. Successful MD says, one thing for sure is the community is cooked. Yes, they are, Successful MD. I agree. Thank you for the super chat. Let's continue.
The gender role argument and the modern woman argument, because remember, we got here because the whole thing was the women nowadays don't know how to cook. And I'm like, okay, cool. So if we're going by the gender roles that women should know how to cook and women should cook and clean for their man, then what do men do, modern men do today, that traditional men used to do?
Yes.
And I just thought of
public defender.
What do you mean? Men used to build houses? Hang on. Let me respond. Hang on. I haven't said a word. Let me respond to this. So the absurdity of your argument is like, if you're talking about traditional gender roles, yeah, that's great. You're right on the house building thing. Men used to build a lot of houses, and guess what? They still build all the houses. That's why if you look at the construction industry, it's 99%, 98% men. But when you're talking about cooking, right, the reason, and by the way, it wasn't mostly women who did cooking, it was just mostly women who stayed at home who did cooking. That's why it's considered a traditional family role. It's part of the whole child rearing aspect. That's the whole point of it.
The way that you're just making stuff up is hilarious.
Which thing do you think I'm making up?
Women do and still to this day in a relationship, even in 2025, all the modern shit y'all talking about, women still do cook more than men.
Do you know why that is, though?
Do more labor in the home than men.
Wait.
Why, Andrew?
Why?
Second,
Why?
Most of the time in a relationship, the woman works outside the home less than the man.
Oh, I got it. So she has additional duties. Oh, gee, I'm so fucking confused. I didn't know that.
Hold on, brother. I'm not a liar, so I'll tell the truth. Secondly, your whole premise around why men build homes is stupid, because the reason why women aren't in construction at a higher rate, I won't say at the same rate as men, but at a higher rate, is because men lock them out. That's like saying,
when did they lock them out?
They have no
hang on. Let me engage with the argument. Hang on, before you guys all cut in, let me just have a quick back and forth with them on it, please.
Ridiculous. So again, that
men lock women out of the home building, whatever? Do y'all agree with that? Let me know. So men lock the women out of being able to build houses? I don't know now one woman who want to build a house. I swear to God, I don't know one woman who wants to get out and do that type of manual labor. I don't know now one woman who wants to go out and sweat in the heat and get on a roof and build a house. I don't know now one woman who wants to do that. Not one woman. Now there have been women who kind of help, like in that. Remember when they used to do like Habitat for Humanity, where they help build their own house because it's their house. They go out and they help and they knock some pieces together and they help. That I've seen. But I'm saying like going out here and just going into that type of workforce. No, most women I know don't want to do that. Most women don't want to even sweat. They don't want to be outside. They don't want to even be outside. They don't want to do that type of work. Most women don't want to do that work. So I want to know where the women at who are rushing to go and build houses for a living. Successful MD says he's lying. People should visit a military kitchen. Thank you, Successful MD. Successful MD also says his name should be Public Pandering Lollipop. Child, baby, I don't know. Thank you, Successful MD. Jamil says he a grown man with feminist software. Shaking my head. I don't know. Let's continue though, child.
Saying that women aren't in construction and trying to use that for an argument like, well, men still build their homes. Yeah, because it's still ran by men, because the patriarchy says that women, you can't have certain jobs. Even if
and what restrictions are put on women right now from going and building houses?
Listen, you cut me off too early. Again, I'll repeat it. Even if on paper it says that women can work there, that doesn't stop something called implicit bias. Like racism, for an example, still exists. It doesn't have to exist on paper. It still exists in society. White people have an implicit bias against Black people or against Latino people, whatever.
Why do you think that there would be a bias from people who are running construction crews about hiring women to do construction, do you think?
Because they're misogynistic.
Oh, not because women are much weaker and can't do the job as well?
No, that's not, because actually there was a study done that said that when men and when a construction site is full of men, the likelihood of injury is exceedingly high.
What does that have to do with doing construction?
Stop. When a construction site has both men and women
building,
the construction site, the rate of injuries goes down. They're more productive when both men and women are together. I
don't know where that's done that, but baby, please don't. I don't want no house built. Give me the house where all the strong men are building it. I'm just saying. Please don't give me no house where the women because I don't know what side is loose. It might fall down and kill us. Give me the house that the men are building. I'm just saying. I feel more confident and safe in that. I'm just saying. Because I know I'm a woman and I know how women are just kind of like. We can't tighten the bolts tight enough. We can't I don't want the house come crashing down. Give me the one that the men are building, baby. I don't need the women on board with this. Let women go do the jobs that they want to do because they don't want to do that, and then they can go. And we need the house to be strong. We need it to last when a storm comes. It don't just flatten on us. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where those stats at. I would like to see them though. But I still wouldn't care. Still give me the one that the men are building, that they've been doing for years. Like let them. I know men are stronger. I know we don't know we're not as strong in those areas. That's just what it is. As women, we're not as strong when it comes to building things and tightening things. This is where we look to the man to come and help us with all these things that need a lot of strength. We be struggling our ass off. And I don't know what woman is going to sit up here and pretend and act like she can go build strong houses and build bridges and do all this shit. I don't got time for that. Nobody really want to do all that, baby. Because I tell you, if you had to depend on me to build, now maybe I could help with something, but I'm not saying women can't help. You can help, but come on. just trusting us to do all this stuff we really don't want to do. And then on top of that, we don't have the strength to knock all these woods together and all this. That shit gonna fall down. I'm just saying, it's gonna be weak as a mother. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody ain't trying to do that. Like, really, like, who wants to do that? What women are lined up in droves to go and build houses? They know them houses gonna fall down themselves. They know that stuff is not gonna be strong. Why would you? Hell, you're gonna put my children in a house that a bunch of women built? I'm gonna be scared as hell. I ain't even lying. I'm just saying. Because there's, no. Let's continue.
The women building with them in this study? Are the women... Hang on, I just want some clarification. Are the women building with the men in this scenario?
They work on the fucking site.
I see. So then if that's the case, why wouldn't construction companies who don't want the liability of injury hire more women, since that would up their bottom line?
They're misogynistic.
Because they're misogyny. So misogyny is going to keep them from making money. Brilliant analysis. So I could have a construction company hire a ton of women at less of a cost than men, because why? Because they can't get a job anywhere else due to misogyny. I could cut their pay significantly, make a shitload of money, and I could keep down the accidents in the workplace, and I'm not doing it because I'm misogynistic. Brilliant analysis, sir. Brilliant.
Premise.
Wait.
Let angry men go. Let angry men go, and then Pretty ask the question.
The whole premise of your argument, public defender, is crazy, because you're trying to associate what men used to do back in the day. But we're looking at the equivalent of what men do today. Men don't have to build a house today because they buy the damn house. The same way women today don't have to milk cows or slaughter pigs. What are you talking about, bro?
Right.
You're
I'm talking about you bringing up.
Trying to hold on. We listen to you talk for a minute, bro. First of all, when it comes to construction, when it comes to jobs like that, most women typically don't want to do those type of jobs.
I know that's right.
Based on what?
It has absolutely nothing to do with.
I know based on what?
Wait.
Based on body temperature regulation.
You're absolutely right, Andrew. They can't. But even with them not being able to do it, many of them choose not to. They don't want to do those type of jobs.
Men can't do the jobs either. That's why they invented tools.
They can. They not only can, but do. All of them.
Men
they're all done by men. All of them.
Just all right, man. Y'all,
can we bring it back around?
Jobs are done by men, sir.
Wait. The mental gymnastics that you're doing to try to alleviate or keep women from cooking for men is ridiculous, bro.
Right.
The patriarchy is keeping women out of construction.
So public, you said you don't believe. Hold on, real quick.
The patriarchy.
I got you. I didn't forget.
You said you don't believe in gender roles. So if in masses, men said, you know what, we getting rid of gender roles. If men said, hey, ladies, we coming home. We coming to take care of these badass kids. We cooking and cleaning. All you got to do is protect us and go to work full time to take care of the family. Are most women committing to that?
Hell yeah.
Can I
Are most women committed? I'm asking him to ask.
Don't worry, I got you.
Would most women say we don't believe in gender roles either? We're gonna commit to that. Are most women gonna commit to that?
Yeah, I think most women, if in your hypothetical, I think most women will be fine with that exchange.
Okay, so last two questions. Last two questions. If most men said, okay, y'all going on the front line in war now, we're not. Are most women gonna commit to that?
Hell no.
What?
Are most women, if most men go, hey, we're switching gender, no more gender roles, y'all going on the front line.
So no gender roles means that women would actually be able to run.
Public, can you answer?
Wait. I just want to.
It's an hypothetical.
I want to make sure that we're having a conversation.
It's my question. I'm asking you. So let me answer it honestly. Then you answer it whether you want to lie or be honest. If men said now we there's no more gender roles, we're putting women primarily in front of the front lines in war. Are women committing to that or no?
No.
Again. Like
can you say yes or no? All I want is yes or no.
No, you can't get a yes or no because I want to make sure that
are women. You don't. I ain't got it. Everybody else.
It's not gonna work.
It's a yes.
It's not gonna work.
I'm not trying to do no trickery on you.
You are. That's why you won't let me talk.
Okay. What did I trick you?
So again, I just want to make sure that we're understanding this correctly. In this world, gender roles don't exist. The patriarchy doesn't exist, right? So I can assume that women would run the military as well. Like they would. They
not run front line.
Just granted. It won't hurt you a bit.
I'm not running. I'm not.
So I want to make sure that we're all having the same discussion.
You said you don't believe in gender roles. So men in masses, if we all here, we putting women on the front lines. We don't believe in gender roles anymore. Put their behinds in front of the front lines.
You're not listening to my question.
I'm asking you. Would you commit?
In that world, Ali,
you say yes or no?
In that world,
okay,
Ali.
So
Ali, in that world,
you're creating world. This is what you've been doing the whole show. We went to wiping ass, and you can't answer questions.
I answer all your questions.
No, you
just
didn't.
asked
He's
a
trying to
dumbass
say
question.
that if women run the
let me get in here.
Hell no. These women ain't going to no goddamn front lines. They don't want to go to the front lines. They don't want to cook. They don't want to clean. You don't want to do jack shit. You just want to have a soft girl life and travel. That's it. Travel. That's it. And you just want to spend money. That's it. They don't want to do nothing. They don't want to do nothing that holds them accountable or have any, something that's a responsibility. A lot of these women don't want to do shit. You don't want to do anything. You don't want to go through nothing. You don't want to listen. You don't want to cooperate. You don't want to, you don't want to do nothing. A lot of these modern women don't want to do nothing. They just want somebody to spend money on them. They look cute, travel. That's it. They want a life that's based on no responsibilities whatsoever. That's it. If they could find a man, a super simp, who would just give them money to travel and then give them a lifestyle, get their hair and nails and pay their rent, their bills and all, take care of their kids, they will stay traveling for the rest of their goddamn life. All they do is travel and have fun and take pictures for the gram. That's it. With no responsibilities, oh shit, they haven't made the shit. They probably be pregnant too. Pregnant by Pookie and Ray Ray, all in the same, all together. They will be pregnant over and over and over, and they want you to still just pay. They will be reckless. It's all outdoors. They want a free life to be reckless with no responsibilities. This is what a lot of these women want. So no, they don't want to do nothing. No accountability, no nothing. They don't want nothing. That's just it. Jamil 843 says gonna be living in a Jenga house, right? If I had to build it, yeah, you would be. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you, baby. This is crazy. Successful MD says he likes to say stupid things for attention. Troll. Thank you, Successful MD. I appreciate you. Yeah, this is insane. Oh my God.
We are not moving. We're not passing no mic on this show. We're not passing on the mic on the show.
Relax,
you can
bro.
mute up till he answers this question.
Relax.
I'm relaxed.
You don't need to do that because the last time when other people asked you to pass the mic, you did not do that.
Hey, pretty. Again, when y'all
you did not give them that energy.
When y'all run, I do give you that. And I gave you the energy when you tried.
There's no need. There's no need for it. I'll finish the point, and then Pretty is going to have a mic uninterrupted.
Question: If again in masses, men said, okay, now y'all going to do the 96% of the trades men engage in, are women going to say yes, we'll do 96% of all the trades that make the world go round? Will women say yes to that?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm not going to over pursue him, but he's become not only a public offender.
Ali, I got
let
one
me land.
question
You
for
got
Ali.
it. You got it.
Now, 1 second. Pretty has to go. You have time, public. You have time.
Not only a public.
I'm done. I just want to ask him one question. I want him to answer it.
You're not just being a public offender.
Ali.
I'm landing. I'm going to land before you go.
Jesus
you're
Christ.
You're publicly lying too. So go ahead.
So my question to you, Ali, would be: if you flipped it around? I'm sorry.
Continued for a long time.
Can we let Pretty talk and please, public, please, because you've been the center of the attention and you get all the attention. It's fine, right? Because you are the antagonistic kind of the show. But once again, let's be honest about shit. Companies are amoral. They care about profit. If I have 10 men building something and they can build something in 1 day, I'm not going to get 10 women to build something in 30 days. That's all it is.
Let me say
Go ahead, Pretty. You can answer the question. It's fine. Go ahead.
Here's the thing. You asked a question, Ali. You said, if every single woman said, or if every man said, hey, you know what, I'll protect, I'll provide, I'll do all the things, you head home, let's go ahead and we'll cook, we'll clean, and let's be the perfect women, wear long skirts, long dresses, all the things, right? We'll shut up everything.
I didn't say that.
Women, hold on one second.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Okay.
That's not my argument.
Relax.
That's not my argument.
Relax, bro.
Relax, Pretty.
No, you do need to relax.
Why you saying, bro?
That lady at the bottom, she's a bit annoying. I ain't gonna lie to you. This is what I don't like about certain panels, because some of these people are very disrespectful, and they come on and they just, say things, and like she's saying things he didn't say. I don't like that. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times when you're on panels, it's supposed to be a debate, and honestly, I don't like to debate. This is why I'm skeptical about going on panels a lot. Which I like their show. I like Fatty and Ali's show. I love it. And I like going on there, and I've been on there once. But I just, I don't like the idea of going, and I know that's the whole point. That's why I don't like going back and forth with people who either, my thing is this, you can have your perspective and your point of view, and I'm fine with that. I can accept it, but I'm not going to go back and forth and argue with you on what I believe versus what you believe. If that's what you believe, kudos to you, believe what you want, but let me believe what I want to believe. You know what I'm saying? So if it's a debate back, I don't have time to debate back and forth because it's just asinine. People are not going to change. You can't change people's minds. People are going to believe what they want to believe, whether they have the experience or not, whether they know if it's true or not. And that's just what it is. So you're not going to change a person's perspective or change their mind. That's just what it is. So it don't make no sense with debating. It just turns into arguments and name calling and disrespect. And that I can't do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like disrespect. I don't like disrespect. There's one thing about people from New Orleans. Me and my husband, we talk about this all the time. It's about the principle and it's about the respect or disrespect. A lot of people in general don't like that. So I think there's a fine line between having a debate versus being disrespectful. And a lot of this stuff comes off as disrespect. And I just, that ain't my thing. So I just think, people have a hard time disagreeing without it being a disrespectful situation. And that's what you end up seeing. And it's never a situation where you give your perspective and they give theirs. And well, we can, it's never where you're like, oh, well, we can agree to disagree respectfully. It's never really that. It's always a shit show. It's always oh, well, you this and you that and all that. And it's just too much. Like, nah, because I wish that conversations like these could be a little bit better, where it doesn't have to turn into disrespect and name calling, where it could just be, hey, we're gonna disagree respectfully. And you can move on, because you can't convince somebody of something that they already believe. You really can. And you can't force another person to come to what your understanding and what you believe in. So just disagree respectfully. That's how you think. If that's how you want to live your life, I'm cool with it. If I live my life a certain way, then you got to be cool and be respectful of that too. We're not going to agree, but that's because at the end of the day, everybody got to live their lives the way they want to. What you think is best for you or your family or whatever, that's how you going to move. Cool. I don't have a problem with it. How I want to live and how I've been living, or what I think, or what I think is best for my family or whatever, that's what we gonna do, and we good. That's it. But I think a lot of times people feel strongly about their thought process and how things should go, and they want everybody else to agree with that and be on that page and take what they're saying and do it. It's never gonna be like that. And then they start arguing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no. And there's no right or wrong way. It's just your way. If your way works for you, then keep doing it. If my way works for me, then I'm going to keep doing it. I'm not going to change what works for me just because you don't agree with it. You see what I'm saying? And I think that's where it has to be a respect level there of people's differences. That's it. No way is right or wrong. It's the choice that if you're doing something and it's working for you, who cares what anybody else thinks? Why would you go and change something that's working for you and yours, and y'all are benefiting from it? You know what I'm saying? My only thing is this: if you're doing something and you're arguing against something else, but what you're doing, you're not getting the outcomes you want, then maybe you need to think about changing it. That's just it. Let's continue.
Hey, Pretty, let him clarify his statement.
Yeah, you can't argue something the man.
Yeah, let him. One second, please. 1 second. Let him clarify the statement, and then you can answer the question. Clarify the statement.
I'm gonna say it again. If in masses, men said, "We coming home, baby. Okay. We taking care of these badass kids. We cooking and cleaning. All you got to do is protect and provide." Are women in masses committing to that?
Oh, you mean switch the roles completely?
Yes.
Yeah, because he don't believe in gender roles. Are women committing to that, Pretty?
No, women wouldn't be with y'all, period.
Because they believe in gender roles. Because y'all believe in gender roles. They're
let me ask my question. No. So let me ask my question.
So why not? Then why not? Why wouldn't they commit to that?
Let me ask my question.
Why wouldn't they commit to that?
Women are walking away. Period.
I didn't ask you about walking away. Why would women not commit to switching roles?
We don't have to.
Pretty, I'm asking.
Because I'm answering your question.
No, you're not.
We don't have to. That is the answer that y'all hate. We don't have to. The only reason why women needed to be in community with men for centuries was because of this prospect of protection and provision. We were not able to go out and have our own things. Now women do not have to do it. So if you guys decided to switch
because of men.
Yes.
The only reason you have what you're
let the plan, please. It's fine. Let it land.
Let me finish talking.
Go ahead, finish your point.
Unbelievable. You've been yelling this whole time.
It's fine, Pretty. It's fine, Pretty. Let it finish the point, please. Go ahead, Pretty.
We do not have to. And
Yes,
I also would like to say, if things were to go back where it was a complete switch, women stayed home, cooked, cleaned, did all the things, the majority of men could not sustain it. Y'all cannot afford it. The majority of men in today's world cannot afford for
we would if y'all wasn't working.
Home.
If y'all wasn't working, there'd be more jobs available for men.
At home, you cannot afford for a woman to stay.
If y'all wasn't working, there'd be more jobs available for men.
Because 50% of marriages are egalitarian because they require two incomes. We live in a capitalist society. So I think it's real funny that I think it's real funny that you're saying, what if we all switch the roles? Let's get real hypothetical. Y'all couldn't do it. You
just contradicted yourself.
Incorrect.
No, it's not that.
Incorrect.
Pretty. One second, please. 1 second, friends. 1 second,
she said
friends.
we
1
don't
second.
need us.
They
walk
want
One second, please.
my point ever.
No, Pretty. We're trying to answer to your point, right? And you can get it afterwards. Angry man is right. Woman flooded the market.
I didn't ask the question. I'm staying a
No, you're making the points. That is a conversation with each other. I'll pass you the microphone immediately. Okay, so before the show, I said let's not go on monologues. And when I having a conversation, I'm just having a conversation with you. Can I pass you the microphone back? I'm just saying your point is irrelevant because women flooded the market, and now there's 8 billion people that possibly can be working. Not 8 billion, but all the adults. The wages went down or stagnated, and now men can afford to actually pay shit. But as soon as women go back home, now the companies have to pay, like, because there are less people actually to work. Now the salary will increase, and now men will be able to take care of their families if there's
that's
those
how you
jobs
think
available.
capitalism works.
But she contradicted
What?
herself.
That is how you believe
That's literally what happened. What are you talking? That's literally what happened.
Not what happened.
No, okay. No, 1 second. Pretty. Pretty. Question for you. Pretty. Question for you. Why did the salaries stagnate at the same time as women started to flood the market, the working market? Like, why? What's the reason for that?
Sir, that is not how capitalism works.
No. Teach me.
Consolidation of wealth to the top 1%.
No, that's fine, Pretty. We're talking about the average man. The average man on the 60s,
how capitalism works.
Yeah, the average man used to be capable of taking care of his family, right? Why did as soon as women flooded the market when it comes to jobs, the salaries either stopped growing or became stagnant or actually increased below inflation point? Like, what is the reason of these two things coinciding with each other?
Greed.
What? Why do y'all let women have conversations?
She paused like that because she don't really have the answer. You know, a lot of times women want to sound right all the time, and you don't really have the answers to questions. So you just, you say anything. Class's perspective, thank you for the super chat. Once again, says men have civilized America so well. These women have become disrespectful. Try this madness in a different country that's not first world built and see the outcomes. Exactly. I agree. And it's like they do it on purpose. It's like they act as if they don't understand how men how the men contribute to society and give them this false narrative that they control it all and that they don't need them. But if men would all just step aside for one day and walk away from the jobs that they're responsible for, that helps all this look seamless, then you would see women complaining. Then you would see them still complaining, but and realize how men contribute to society in a major way. Oh Lord, everything was shut down, and you would see them. They would see it in real time. But there's this illusion of you know, the idea that women control and do all, and they don't do shit. When you look at it, everything is controlled by mostly men, and men run the damn world. As much as women want to say women run the world, that you really don't, and that's what bothers them. This is why there's such a big focus on women being able to do it, and we doing it by ourselves. There's not a group of men walking around saying, we independent men, we taking care of ourselves, because you know that it's expected of you to take care of yourself as a grown man. But for women, the expectation is somehow not for them to be able to take care of themselves as adults. But then you want to claim like you're so great and so strong, and you can build houses and do all this, but you need somebody to take care of you. Why is there an expectation for a man to take care of you in the first place? Why is that there? If women are so capable of doing all this shit, why they ain't been doing it then? Why they don't do it? Why they still complaining about a man taking care? Why is it a thing that a man needs to be there to take care of you? Why is it there an idea in the first place of a man being a sole provider and taking care of a woman because she's a woman? Why is it that way in the first place? Let's continue.
Conversation. Y'all can stay around.
Enough girl math. Enough girl math.
I don't need to stay here.
Hold on.
Read.
You're bugging.
Easily
hold on real quick.
Brilliant.
I would actually like to just hear her prove it. Just let her prove it. Prove it.
Yeah, they won't though.
Prove
They'll
it.
move to something else.
Did you just submit to that man like that? You've been waiting to talk this whole time.
Obfuscating and prove it. Don't obfuscate.
Time to move the goalposts again. On 3, fellas. 1, 2, 3. Push.
Stop, Jess. Obfuscating and just prove it.
So you don't have the answer, and now you're going to change to.
Yes.
And all women do is insult. Why you can't have a real conversation with them?
Want to talk? They stopped talking when I asked them to stop.
Hey,
talking.
everybody quiet. Everybody quiet.
Now, what she's doing here, I think it's ridiculous. It's very divisive, and I think it's crazy. What she's doing is just insane to me. She's insinuating that this man, black man, is submitting to the white man. When he said prove it, he said prove it. Oh, he's submitting to the white man. That that's just to move the goalpost to focus off of her because she can't prove her argument. That's crazy. That's divisive to me. It really is. And there are a lot of black people who tend to do that shit, and I think it's just crazy. Like, but see, this is why women think that they could just say and do anything to black men. And then if they have a white man on the panel, it's like, things have to change. Now you're not letting me just do what I want and talk to you any old kind of way because now you got the white man on the panel. So now the white man's going to regulate the shit. And now you're going to start, talking to us crazy. You're all setting us straight. Like, that's what she's insinuating. Like, oh, you're submitting to a white man. Now you're going to do what he said. But otherwise, you let me just run amok and be a fool. You know what I mean? It's very disingenuous. Let's continue.
Quiet, everybody quiet. Hey, everybody quiet. Nobody interrupts Pretty. Go ahead, Pretty.
I'll leave it all for that.
Go ahead, Pretty. You have the microphone. Ali, Pretty, you have the microphone. Just go ahead and tell us anything. Nobody interrupt her, please. Go ahead. You said 3. Oh, no.
Prove it. Can't fucking prove it.
No, okay. It's fine.
I already listed my boundary earlier.
Easily. Okay.
Before you go, I'm gonna ask her a question because she already contradicted herself. She said women don't need men anymore. They can get their own things and they're walking away from men. But then she turned right back around and said that women and men need each other to survive. So do women need men to survive or they don't need men to survive? You did. You said we need each other because we can't afford to live by ourselves in today's economy because of capitalism. So do women? Oh, let me finish. Y'all never say what y'all say.
Clarify. What did you say?
I said you cannot sustain a household, meaning children. 2 adults, a household.
So do we need each other for a household?
To be single.
So do we need each other for a
people can't afford to maintain being single and living alone.
So if you want to,
but what happened to the whole her proving this though? Can we get back to that?
Yeah.
Can you prove? You said that it's due to greed. You said it's due to greed. You said it's due to greed. Yeah, see the obfuscation here? Just actually hold her feet to the fire and demand she prove it.
No, let's move.
They won't do it, Andrew. I'm
not willing to back off until you prove your point. You said that you could prove that wages stagnated due to greed. Prove it.
Finish your point.
Let's move it.
Now suddenly you want him to finish his point? Answer the fucking question, lady.
Let's move. Let's move. She's like, let's move the conversation.
Don't say a word till she answers.
Andrew.
You think this is your show? Y'all gonna show him? Y'all gonna show him who shows this?
Either you guys want to talk or you guys don't want to talk. You have to choose one.
You heard it? Y'all gonna show him? Y'all gonna show him whose show this is? Like what? They should have showed you whose show it was a long time ago, if you ask me. They should have shut her down a long time ago and showed her whose show it was, because she just be talking to them like it ain't their show. But they're not supposed to show her, but they're supposed to show him because he's white. Baby, they play. There's too many games being played. I'm just saying. Let's continue.
I don't want to talk, and then okay.
I want to talk.
This man said we're not moving on.
We deserve an answer.
Pretty intellectual. Do you think the greed initially stemmed from even putting women in the workforce to begin with? Because originally women, were pretty simple and worked part-time jobs. But would you say that tax-wise, now we get taxed to a high degree, and so would you think that comes from the greed stemming? And if that's the case, then essentially putting women in the workforce kind of runs us down that path of why we need women back at home, right? It's the tax stuff.
Aren't you feeding greedy capitalists, Preeti?
And I was just about to answer her question too.
Go ahead, answer Sarah's
I can answer her question.
Yes.
Sarah.
Smoky man, bad.
Yes.
Andrew, go ahead.
I think he's upset he's not getting attention.
Go ahead,
I think that you just need to answer the original question. Why won't you just make her answer? Answer the question.
Stop crying. I'm going to drink your tears.
You mute yourself and refuse to speak to me and then say, I'm crying, lady? Give me a fucking break. Answer my fucking question, you dense fucking idiot. Answer the question. Answer the fucking question.
He called her a dense idiot, baby. Child, Rainbow Kid, thank you for the super chat. Says these white men don't play. See how he talked to her? And they think black men are bad. These white men don't give a F. Child. Thank you, Rainbow Kid. I appreciate you. Child.
Beat my ass 10 times, nigga. I'm gonna get back up. But I promise you, nigga, when the opportunity present itself again, nigga, I'm gonna shine, nigga. In a real way, nigga.
All right.
We are going to pass you the microphone.
I'll see you guys. I didn't realize you were going to break your policy of muting, which I got in writing.
You guys are YouTubers. If you click on the video, it means
I got the agreement, bro.
Got
the agreement.
I'll leave stop. When Sarah plays the motherfucking girls on the RCs with the S's popping out, does he mute everybody, Andrew? You know this mutes everybody. What are you talking about? Like,
what was the agreement? What was the agreement? What was the fucking agreement?
Andrew.
I think essentially, if we just allow. Oh, sorry.
Andrew,
here, I'll read it for you.
No, Andrew, can you listen real quick, brother?
Yeah, I'm gonna read it.
Andrew. Andrew, right now, if we press the button,
it's everybody. He knows that.
What is this exactly? Y'all know every time we play a video, it mutes everybody.
It's not everybody.
No.
He knows it.
You're playing the video to mute people. There's the difference.
No. But it's because the conversation.
And by the way, Pretty still hasn't answered the fucking question.
I will say, hey, Pretty, are you willing to answer the question or not? I will give you the chance to do it. Okay, let me put the.
What's going on, Richard? How are you? Thank you.
Who wants to be a billionaire?
She can't answer the question.
So I'll just ask
are you willing to answer the question?
The question is this.
Or no?
Sarah's question or Andrew?
Mine.
No, what? Okay, let's go with Andrew. Are you willing to answer Andrew?
Are you willing to answer my actual question that I asked you?
You don't want to answer it. Stop fucking.
No, she won't do it. People won't participate in a panel.
This goes back. Look, this goes back to the can a woman cook?
Version is crazy on this fucking live right now.
She won't answer the question. She can't
Hey, can you guys stop talking, please? Hey, I'll say this respectfully. like y'all are kind of abusing the shit now right now. We are small content creators trying to make it just like everybody else. The fact that you have respect every time I see you go to other places, and now nobody wants to toe the line, nobody wants to have the conversation, everybody's interrupting, everybody like what
I've been the most respectful person on the panel. What do you mean?
No, you haven't, because
I barely said a word this whole time, bro.
Absolutely, Andrew. You I don't even know like if you talk right now, I couldn't recognize your voice. I don't even know that, right?
Yeah, barely said a word. And the thing is, all I'm asking as a participant in the panel with other participants in the panel, I had a question. I want the question actually answered. If the person refuses, hang on, if a person refuses to engage with other panelists, why are they on the fucking panel?
Yeah. So what do? I get on a plane. I go to the United States. I track Tweety. I grab her by the leg. I put a microphone on her face. I say, "Answer the question." Like what? Okay, what can I do? Me and Ali, we're not the same room.
You can make her answer the question or get off the fucking panel so that we can participate in the conversation.
I'll say
if you have participants who won't participate, why are you having a panel? Who am I supposed to argue with? Myself? Hey, Andrew, I think that's a bad idea. Yes, Andrew, I think that's a good idea. Andrew, what about tell her to answer the fucking question? Answer the question, lady. Fatty, answer the question, you stupid broad. Answer it.
I'm answering the question.
Answer the question, bro.
I'm answering the question, you alcoholic. We are going to.
You know, and this is the thing. If you go on panels, you're supposed to go on there to have the debate, the conversation, whatever it is that you're supposed to, engage, right? That's the whole point. I don't think people want you on a panel to just sit there and just decide on what questions you want to answer or which ones you don't want to answer. You're there to engage, you know what I'm saying, and give your perspective, right? That's what it's for, right? The debate part, I mean, if it's a debate, you debate, right? Whatever you're there for, that's what you're supposed to do. But if you become entitled to say, you know what, I'm just going to sit here, I'm not answering your questions because I'm mad or I don't like you anymore or whatever, that's crazy. There's no need to be on there if you don't want to answer somebody, especially if you're being asked a specific. If you make an argument and then you have to substantiate your argument, well, you should be able to do that. You can't create an argument or make a statement, and then when you're asked, can you back that up or can you elaborate or can you substantiate that? How did you come to that conclusion or that thought process or whatever? And you don't want to do it, you just shut off. I'm not answering it, whatever. That I don't think that's fair. What's the whole point of being there if you can't back up what you say? You know what I'm saying? Divine Photo says women fought for the right to be in the workplace, and sadly, some of them don't know money flow because they are the biggest spenders on shopping and travel. Exactly, Divine Photos. I say it all the time. Thank you for the super chat. Dane C says the Nicotry is strong in here, Uncle Ruckus. Thank you, Dane C. I appreciate you guys for the super chat. Make sure you guys are supporting via super chat or cash app. That definitely helps the channel out, you guys. Make sure you're supporting in that way. I appreciate y'all for the support. Thank you once again. Yeah, it's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I see a lot in these panels and on social media just in general. And, a lot of it, it's just insanity. A lot of it is just moving the goalposts. A lot of it is just people just saying whatever they want to say, but they don't want to be held accountable for what they say. You say something, and then when somebody, what's the word I'm looking for? When somebody like questions you or about your stance, you have no words. You have nothing to back it up is what I'm saying. You're just speaking just to be speaking, but there's no real legitimacy behind what you're saying. You know what I mean? Or you don't really have any core substance to back up your claims. You're just saying stuff just to be saying it, Let's continue. Hit the like button, y'all. Please hit the like button. I wanted to talk about the likes earlier. Please hit the like button, y'all. We have about 212 people in here. About 209 people, 167 likes. Go ahead and get the likes up, y'all. Get the likes up. Hit the like button. The few of y'all who haven't hit the like button, y'all know who y'all are. Hit the like button right now, y'all. It's free to like. Go ahead and hit the like button. Thank you. Thank you. Let's continue.
Stop simping, fatty. Make her answer the question.
No, nobody interrupt me. Nobody interrupt me. I will. She said no. No means no. We respect here. Okay, her body, her choice.
She said she's not going to answer a question and means no, huh, Fatty?
More, sir. I can't. I don't want to go to jail.
Well,
no means
can I
no.
ask-
Let's move on. Okay. Let me get Sarah. Let me get
My
Sarah and
God.
Tommy involved, and Andrew have the chance to ask questions again, please. Once again, go ahead, please, Sarah and Tommy, and then Andrew is going to have the opportunity to keep going strong. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, for Pretty, you know, in terms of her thought process, would it be more greedy in essence for women to kind of have their cake and eat it too with all of this? We get to work, we get to be like have husbands also providing, and then we like still get all of these pieces, but then we're still demanding that men do more upon that. Like, would there still be greed involved? I'm trying to get back to your greed concept, and I'm just not understanding it.
Me either.
Yeah, when I spoke about greed, I'm speaking about capital greed, right?
Mhm.
If you speak about a woman being greedy because a woman decides that she is working, she's providing for herself, which is those are the things the patriarchy promised us, right? Provision and protection. She's working, she's providing. She has a pew-pew and an alarm system at her house. She's protecting herself. She's deciding when to go out. She's deciding when to come back, protecting herself, right? She has people around her, whether it be a community of other women, her family, who she loves, she trusts, protection. If she decides to engage with a man, she is now equipped to bargain for exactly what she wants from that man, and she does not have to settle because of the guise of protection and provision. So that's not protection. That's just called good asset management.
Well, why does she need a
It's
man
not
then?
called greed. It's called good asset management. That's what it is.
Right, but why does she need a man then if she's got everything she needs?
Because
Like,
she's a
what's the point?
heterosexual woman. She
Well,
likes men.
okay, but she can protect herself. She can provide herself, so she doesn't really need a man in the picture, then, right?
If she's heterosexual and she enjoys being with men, that's why she would want him there.
But why then would you expect a man to come in and have to pay everything and do everything for you? If you are fully capable, you got a pew-pew, you got family and protection through your family and friends and all of that, wouldn't it make more sense that a man coming in would just add value to that and, you know, be who he is, and there wouldn't be all of these financial expectations on a man also? That's the part I don't understand. For women who are fully capable of taking care of themselves and doing all the protecting, providing for yourself, why do they still turn around and look for the man to protect and provide for them? You got it. You got it. And then on top of that, wouldn't him coming in just be a asset to what you already have? Wouldn't that means that, oh, this would be more protection, this would be more provisions? He can come in, he can add to what I already have, if that's how they're looking at it, and not looking at him to be the sole provider to come in and, you know, I did a video earlier, women talking about still complaining about 50-50. If you are sole providers, protectors, you can protect yourself, you're physically able to do all these things, you don't really need the man, but you just want him because you want to have sex with him, because that's really it. But other than that, why is the protection and the provision such a big deal on a modern woman's list these days? Why are they so hell bent on you need to come in and pay all my bills and do all this? None of that should matter then, but it does. This is where these women are bullshitting. This is a bunch of bullshit. You want a man for his provisions and protection, even if you think you can do it yourself, you would prefer him to do it. That's the real gag. You would prefer him to do it. You don't really want to do it by yourself, because when you're faced with that, you want him to do it all. Why don't these women say, you know what, we're independent women. We don't really need y'all, but come on, just come on. We just want companionship. We want some D. Come on, bring that, because that's what we want from y'all. We'll work with you. We'll be with you. We don't need your money. We don't need all this other stuff, because we got our guns and we toting them. We like men now, so we don't really need you for that. But we just want your D. We want you to just love on us, make us feel good about ourselves. You know, give us some affection, because that's what you really want. You want a hug. You want him to rub you down real good. You want him to put it on you. That's what you really want. So why not just take that part of the man and not talk? Don't worry about his money and all that, because y'all got it. Y'all got it. Y'all good. Y'all are equal to men. But that's not what y'all are asking for. Y'all still asking for full provisions, full protection as if you can't do it yourself, and then wondering why men are saying the hell with y'all. Y'all a delusional bunch of bullshitters. Y'all a delusional bunch of BSers, and y'all out here thinking that men are stupid. Men are saying, hey, if you a man, you don't need us. We ain't dealing with you. We ain't coming. We don't want to deal with y'all. Y'all are like men. Y'all got y'all guns. Y'all strong. Y'all independent. Y'all can build houses now. You done built some muscle over the years. You know, your titties done become muscles. Y'all don't need us. You're strong. You got this community of women that's gonna hold your back and hold it down if a ninja try to break in. You got it. What y'all need us for? We don't need to be around you if you don't need us. We're gonna go try to find some women that might need us and let us be the men that we are and what we were created and designed for. Y'all done turned into us, so we don't want to be with these new modern women. You get what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. Ines, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you, sis. Keep up the good work, sis. Represent. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. It's just crazy, y'all. It really is. Let's continue, though.
Go ahead, Tom.
This is what's that right there is the problem with the world right there. What she just said, that we will sit here and even let that fly.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Tommy. I don't understand what was supposed to let fly. I didn't get it. I was distracted.
I said the fact that what she just said right there is the problem with the world.
Can you elaborate on that?
Meaning she's still going to have to call up. She's going to need a man to protect at some point, some way, form, or fashion. I mean, it's just crazy just to sit here and hear her say that a woman don't need a man.
Mm-hmm.
So, Tommy, do you want to add anything to the conversation before we move to something that Master Teacher actually? We're talking about average man having options. Okay.
Yeah. Can I weigh in on this last topic real quick, Fatty?
Absolutely. Let me Tommy go, and then you wrap it up. Go ahead.
Hold on. Classic perspective. Thank you once again for the super chat. Says facts D. If they want the peak knuckles from men, that's cool. I'm going to tell the men to buy color changing condoms that detects STDs before entry. That should be a thing. Damn it. You might be onto something. That baby. That you might be onto something with that. Maybe they need to create that because child, Lord, have mercy, Jesus Christ. Thank you, Classy. I appreciate you. Y'all, you might be onto something though. Seriously. Divine Photos, thank you so much for the super chat. It says, I understand where Andrew is coming from, but keeping egregious people and the behavior that comes with it brings the content creator clicks and views. It does. It does. You know, but that's at a certain point though, it gets old. You know, it gets, you know, it becomes too much, you know, and it kind of deters people away from the platform because especially when it's the same old thing over and over and over and over again. I understand that people are going to disagree and it could get heated. I get it because when you with men, I said this on my panel and channel, men are aggressive. You can't expect men, you know, to talk to, I mean, as to some degree, men are going to go at each other like that. That's, you know, that's how men are. Like I expect a level of aggression when it's men on men, you know what I'm saying? Men to men. That's how men are. Men are different from women. I understand that, but you know, it gets to a point where it goes beyond that and it becomes too disrespectful and it just becomes a shit show then. And it's like, nah, you can't hear what nobody's saying. Everybody's interrupting. It becomes too much. But yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right though, Divine Photos. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Let's continue, y'all.
Yeah, simple. I was listening to some of the things that were being said, and it was a lot of ridiculousness being said. One, about sexism being the thing that's going to stop people from hiring the right people. There's a reason why these Mexicans who whites are racist against still get jobs over regular people because they're cheaper. There's a reason why no matter how racist whites were, they sure did put a lot of black folks in basketball. They white sons get to watch the team, and the team is full of black men, and they know they're not going to be able to grow up to be one of those NBA players, no matter how good they think they are, because the percentages are low. Because even though the racist owner, like the Clippers owner, was very racist, he had none but niggas on the team. Why? Because it was more profitable for him. So for an idiot to sit up here and say, oh, well, they don't want women on the job because they're sexist. If it was a bunch of women that were on that job that were doing that job cheaper than men, they'd let them do it. Guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, then
that's
you
how they have jobs in the first place, right?
Right. Like, it doesn't make sense. But we got to listen to somebody lie, and we had to listen to somebody else tell another lie about men and how, well, women today don't need men. And my man, Angry Man, had alluded to it, but she didn't hear it and probably won't understand it because she believes that the free market works off of not free market, but the hiring practice is what they were talking about. Capitalism was just greed. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, so I just wanted to weigh in real quick. So Pretty, earlier, you were asked this question by Fatty. He said, can you explain why it is that when women entered into the workforce, the wages between men and women stagnated? And you said due to greed. And he said, can you prove that? And then you just kind of shut down. And after you said you could and refused to answer to that question. So right now, during my time, I'd like to graciously give you the floor so that you can prove to us that it was due to greed that wages stagnated. Can you actually do that, Pretty? Or are you just going to sit there and shut your mouth like a good woman?
Although you took my time, but you know. If we're being manly and orderly,
perfect. You're just going to shut your mouth like a good woman. Perfect.
On this panel, but that's beautiful. I'm enjoying myself.
Again, I'll finish with my time then. The second thing I wanted to point out was when Angry Man had said, hey, look, the only reason that women are able to do what they're doing right now is because of men. Right now, if men took their hands off and said, we're not going to help women got to defend themselves, you'd be right back to where you were. It wouldn't take them but 2 seconds. If men didn't stop women, other men from graping women would still be getting graped in large numbers. If men didn't stop other men from beating their wives, because it ain't no women stopping men from beating their wives. So when someone sits there and pretends that, oh, well, right now what we're doing is we got it better and we're stopping. No, it's still men. Y'all need men. Even now, you need men to allow you to be able to do what it is you're doing. Because if it wasn't acceptable, you wouldn't be able to do it. You don't have an army, you don't have a force, you don't have a nation, you have nothing to enforce what it is that you're talking about.
So wouldn't the answer to your question be not that they need women, not that they need men, but they need men to leave them the fuck alone? You just said it right now. You just said, oh, men, we need to stop men.
Yeah, just like black.
Hold on. Men is the fucking problem.
Sir, yeah. A lot of that is hold on. That is the nature. Oh, sir, that is the nature of the animal kingdom. Is it not?
No.
Is it not?
No.
How is it not? People take over each other's land all the time. Do they not?
You consider yourself to be on the same level as an animal?
Yes. Hold on. Yes, that's why wars are being fought.
Meat, bones, fur, everything. No, you don't.
That is why wars are being fought.
I kind of wanted to bring it
grew up around a bunch of women. You say a question and then don't want the answer. I ain't never said a question to somebody and then kept talking. Only hoes do that. If I say, what's 5 + 5? I'm not going to be like, because if you don't know 5 + 5 and keep talking, stop and let a nigga answer the question.
It's called a rhetorical question, you dipshit.
No, it shouldn't be called a rhetorical question because I got an answer
for it.
You a whole
ass nigga. Who you calling
Can I try to bring it back around, if I may?
I'm a hoe and you broke.
You a hoe.
I'm okay.
And you broke.
I kind of wanted to bring it back to the actual point of the whole topic of
I'm broke.
You a fan.
Go ahead, Sarah.
I'm broke.
Thank you. Pretty intellectual.
Let's get Sarah, please.
Sorry, I wanted to bring it back around, and I was trying to make a point, but then I kind of let it go. But Pretty Intellectual said that, you know, we
I'm
can
broke.
provide
Send me
for
super
ourselves.
chats. I'm broke.
We can protect ourselves. We can provide for ourselves. All these things. So essentially, like, it comes down to just having good company of a man. If that is the case, then why are men actually having an issue dating? If they don't have to provide for her, if they don't have to protect her, and they just have to be good company, then I bring the whole thing back around. Why are men having such a problem getting a date if all of those other standards don't need to be necessarily met?
Good question. I think her name is, that's exactly my point. That it shouldn't be an issue then. It should not be an issue whether with men leveling up. If we have all these independent boss chicks who can make the money, y'all could take care of yourselves, you don't need a man, you just want his company and his D. Why is the requirements through the roof? Why are the requirements through the roof? Why is it that y'all are asking for all this unrealistic stuff from a man? Because it's a bunch of bullshit. That's why. Y'all know y'all want and need these damn men. You just hate to say it. Y'all are independently goddamn broke. You ain't got no money like that. You can't even pay for your own rent and nails and hair and all this shit. This is why you're asking these men to do it. Like, come on, you're independently out here boss chicking it up, broke as hell. So you want men to come in and give you this fake lifestyle you wish you could maintain. You want them to be foolish enough to come in and do it. Come on, that is just stupid. If you got money, you bossed up, you caked up, you got it good, you got your pew, you don't really need a man for real, for nothing. Why y'all complaining about men not helping y'all out in the streets? Why y'all complaining about men walking past you while you trying to pick up big heavy boxes and they're just walking around past? Why y'all complaining? Why y'all complaining about the men not doing the things that y'all want them to do if y'all don't need them? You don't need them, pick your own. That's why they walking past you. Oh, you got it. You're just as strong as me. Y'all can build houses now. Okay. Oh shit. We don't expect me to do it. They're not opening the doors. They're not looking your way. They're not even giving you eye contact. They're not helping you with your big Home Depot boxes. You do it yourself. Y'all strong and independent, right? How you gonna claim to be strong and independent and then turn around and say adamantly you don't need them, but then say you want them? But what you want them for? Then when you say you don't need them, you want them in a magical way. You want them to pay everything, pull 6 figures out their asses and give it to you and give you this life, or they ain't a real man. Why is it they're not a real man if they can't give you all of this shit that you say you can provide for yourself? Come on now. Why y'all complaining about men will watch a woman on the side of the street broke down with her car and he drive fast past her? He like, nah, she got it. How can you expect men to be all of these things, but also you want them to believe that you're independently strong and capable of doing everything a man could do, and so you don't need them? But why do you? I don't understand. Y'all must think men are stupid or something. I said this before. Y'all must think people are dumb. You want the expectation to be that I'm an independent boss chick. I don't need you. I can handle all my business by myself. A man, y'all useless. But then at the same time, complain about a man not doing the very same things that you say you are already capable of doing. It doesn't make a bit of goddamn sense, y'all. That's why I say. This is why men are walking the hell away. This is why men are confused by these women and they don't want no parts of y'all, because y'all are very confusing. You contradict yourselves. You want one thing, but then you want something else. Like, come on. This is why I say men are tired of this shit. If I was a man, I wouldn't deal with them either, because I'm just like, y'all don't know what the hell y'all want. You're independent when it's easy for you. When the going gets hard and that money starts dwindling after you spent it all, now you want a man to take care of you. Now you're not as independent. Now you're tired of being independent because you need help. When you don't need help and everything is good, F them ninjas. We don't want to deal with you. We got it. We strong. We doing better than y'all. We kicking y'all in the dust. We elevating. We buying houses. We on a dim when the mortgage prices went up. When y'all went and signed them horrible home loans, them adjustable rate home loans with the arm, and you didn't know what you were signing, and you just thought, oh, I'm a boss chick, I'm independent, I'm doing better than a man, I got my own house. You signed them horrible loans with them high interest rates, with them adjustable rate mortgages, and then and you had a house for 1 year, the next year that mortgage doubles, damn there. Now you crying to about it's so hard. I don't know. Home ownership is trash. I don't think this is for me. I'm going to move and sell my house. And you didn't know what you were getting yourself into. Now all of a sudden you want a man. Now some of these women will go 50. Like, come on, like y'all playing too many damn games. Ain't nobody got time for that. Successful MD, thank you once again, says the sisterhood is the largest branch of military. Thank you, Successful MD. Oh my God. Dre the Dream, thank you for the super chat, says empowerment and victim equals, I don't know how to say that, Schrodinger's complex. Thank you for the super chat, Dre the Dream. Thank you. I appreciate you. It's just it's a hot mess. That's all I'm gonna say. Thank you once again. I appreciate you. Child, it's just too much. It's too much for anybody to have to understand and deal with. People would rather just go their own ways and have some peace in their lives and not have to deal with women like this. This is ridiculous. Let's continue.
So it's what I said earlier, right? Where I literally said the question was asked, do men have options in the dating market? And my answer was clear. Yes, I do believe that they do. I believe if they focus on having a good personality, being a decent person, being enjoyable to be around, then yes. What's happening right now is a lot of men are unfortunately radicalized because they can't keep up with the patriarchy. They can't keep up with inflation. They can't keep up. They're radicalized because they're crushing. And so when you bring that level of aggression and you believe if you somehow have made it from under that boulder, that is all that you need to bring to the table, i.e. I finally made it. I have my protection. I have my provision. And you forget a personality. That is why people do not want to be around you. This is not rocket science, right? This is nature. People are attracted to, a lot of people are sapio. People are attracted to people they enjoy being around. And
so
a lot
Priya,
of
let me answer.
So the thing that she just said, first of all, women have been radicalized since suffrage, since feminism. What you're seeing right now with the men is a response to your radicalization.
I agree with that.
So to try to project that onto us is absolutely ridiculous. And the men are not behaving the way they're behaving right now because they can't keep up. They're behaving the way they're behaving because you broke the social contract, which is where that term, what do you bring to the table, comes from. Y'all get up here and y'all use it and misuse it all the time. The dude came up with that term where he basically said, okay, if the men stop doing what we're supposed to do, finally, maybe the women will get a clue and then come back to the negotiating table. And then we can actually get this thing back on track.
Right.
You guys started the bullshit when you walked away from your duties and your responsibilities. And the men are simply responding to it. But to try to act like we're radicalized because of that is absolutely ridiculous.
I agree 100% with Angry Man. I really do, because it's the truth. Jamil 843 says they can't get the man they want is a skill issue. Thank you, Jamil, once again for supporting the channel. I appreciate you. Yeah, I think that's the issue. A lot of these women aren't getting the men that they want and think they qualify for, so that's why they speak in the way they do. They're mad because, but they're constantly blaming it on all men. That old men are the problem when they don't want to focus on themselves and why they can't get what it is that they want. Successful MD, thank you once again, says there's a viral clip of a 46-year-old educated boss babe saying she can't date a man with a career like Instacart delivery. She's single and overcooked, and she will continue to be because she's entitled and she thinks she deserves better. But I would love to, if you could send me that clip, Successful MD, please send it to me. DM it if you see it, because I would love to see what she looks like, because a lot of these women really think that they deserve more than what they should be getting, and this is why they're gonna stay overcooked and single by themselves. Thank you, Successful MD. I appreciate you. Let's continue.
They're not radicalized. Women are still actively voting against their best interest often. Women are not radicalized. Women are voting against their best interest in order to maintain proximity to men. Women are still very much male-centered, right? And there's a small sector of women who are stating that they don't want to participate in it anymore.
So what are women voting on that's against their best self-interest?
There are plenty of women who still want to participate. Sir, I let you
let her land, Angry Man. Let her land real quick.
I let you land.
Let her land, Angry Man, real quick. Let her land, please.
Why are you doing that? I know that you don't like for women to finish.
Go ahead,
anyway,
oh my God! Again! No, let her finish her point. No, let her finish her point.
Like you were finished.
It did sound like she was finished.
Y'all just going to fight again. Go ahead, sweetie, finish your point.
You tried to drag out your response like you had more to say. All you were going to do is repeat what you said. That's all you were going to do.
No, I wasn't going to
Instead of being on the panel,
there's no reason for every conversation about the conversation. Please let her finish your point and you get the microphone up.
No, because I got to point this out. I gotta point this out.
What can be like? Let her finish and then you can answer.
I gotta point it out, bro. I gotta point it out because she's being super toxic. I gotta point it out.
So I think it's funny.
Accusing Ali.
I think
She's
it's funny that
Ali of submitting to Andrew.
I think it's funny that women are accused.
She wants
of
every
being
man on here to
radicalized
submit
when you
to her.
have experienced like 2 crash outs so far on this panel. Even
She
this
wants
panel
every
alone.
man on here to
I think y'all should be. I think y'all should keep talking over each other. I think that's great.
Is giving radical man energy. So it's funny that we're the ones.
Give a fuck what you think is.
So anyways, so we're oh my gosh, angry man, angry man.
You couldn't even answer Andrew's question.
Calm down.
You know, and that calm down. Oh, that is irritating as hell. You know, and you to tell another grown person to calm down. Shut the hell up. Like, come on now. That's the part. That's the disrespectful stuff I don't like, and I can't deal with. Like, calm down. That would throw anybody off. You know, and it's just the mentality, and it's a lot. It's a lot. It's just a lot. Classic Perspective says, as Successful MD, she's probably smell like stale ramen. Classy, thank you for the super chat. Who smell like, oh Lord Jesus, stale ramen. Oh, Latrell, what's going on, Latrell? Thank you for the super chat. Says, even if they got the man they wanted, they still wouldn't be happy. There's too many examples of women walking away from good men. Very good point, Latrell. Very good point. Once again, thank you for the super chat. Very good point. And I do see that. They think that there's always something better. And then they keep going until they end up with nothing. And then they still complain. Women love to complain. That's the truth. You don't know when they don't know when they're winning, because you're still in this competition for what I don't know. And it's just it's a never-ending cycle. You know what I mean? And this is why I say women really need to get checked on. They really need to get checked on, because it's a lot of issues going on with women that have never been checked, and it's all coming out now, and everybody is seeing it. Thank you, Latrell. I appreciate you. Let's continue.
Play this video now. Can I play this video now?
No, can I finish talking or no? It is.
Do you ever finish talking?
You were finished talking.
Can I play the video now? Can I play the video now?
I'm ordering alcohol.
Hey, where do you think you're going?
Listen, that's the end of the video. I thought it was more. They end up kicking her. Ali ended up kicking her and that other guy off the panel, which I was grateful that he did, because I thought honestly they should have been kicked off a long time ago, because I don't know, especially the lady. I don't know. She was just very condescending to me, and just, you don't have to be that way on these panels. It shows you how a lot of women think and how they act, and they think it's an empowerment thing, and they think it's, cute, and they think it's, oh, I will not let somebody take advantage or, like mess over me or whatever. I don't know. It's like a defense mechanism, and you can see it. And I just think it just comes off as a nasty, in a nasty way. And I don't think you have to be like that. I think you can have conversations or disagreements with people and keep it moving. It doesn't have to be in a nasty way. And I don't like that, because it comes off condescending and disrespectful to a degree, and which, I think a lot of that happens. I'm not saying just with her, but, I think when you come off that way, it's like a trickle down effect. Like everybody starts to feed off of that energy, and then it becomes that energy all over the panel. And, because people are all defensive now, I think it's hard to come off in that way to a person that is very calming and actually nice in their approach, as opposed to, coming in a defensive manner. If you come off defensive, you're going to trigger everybody else to be defensive as well. And this is where you have all that back and forth and the name calling and stuff, which I don't think that has to always be the outcome. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a lot. With that, I just thought that live was crazy, in my opinion. And it just was a bit much. And yeah, so Ali ended up kicking her off and the other guy. And, he was like, hey, if y'all don't want to come back, that's fine. They're going to stop inviting them or whatever. But, I just think you got to look at the type of energy that you have. Even though it's all for clicks and views and it's entertainment to a degree, it can get out of hand. It really can. And it just becomes a turnoff then. Jamil, thank you for the super chat. Says there need to be right supersedes everything else. Thank you, Jamil. I appreciate that point. Thank you so much for the super chat. Yeah, it's just a mess. So I just think, once again, if there's anything that, you know, I would say, listen, we can agree to disagree. We don't have to all agree, but you can definitely be respectful in other people's choices, because you can't live their lives. Their life is their life, and if they happy with what they have, that's them. And I think it's a lot of trying to, once again, convince others to do what you're doing or see what you're seeing, and all of that, and it just doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? Some people agree on certain things, some people disagree on certain things. You know, and it is what it is at the end of the day. You can argue a point and all of that, but it could definitely be in a respectful way, you know. And I just don't, you know, it just goes out of hand. That's all I'm saying. And so that's the only issue I have. Darrell George, thank you once again for the super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to you. All right, y'all. So that is it for today's live. Today is Thursday. So I will be back tomorrow, you guys. So make sure you have that notification bell turned on. I will be back tomorrow, 1:15 p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure you guys are ready to join for the panel. Tomorrow, I'll open the panel up if you want to give your thoughts on the topics and things of that nature. If you have any topics that you would like me to discuss, you can DM me on Instagram at DeeDee's Reactions. That is posted in the description. So make sure you go ahead and send those topics or videos you would like me to react to over on my Instagram, y'all. Also, hit the like button on your way out. Make sure you have your notification bell turned on. Share and like the stream if you can. Make sure you are watching the videos that are already posted on the channel as well. That is super, super important, you guys. Also, if you want to support the channel by purchasing any merchandise, the link is posted. Go ahead and purchase a t-shirt, mug, whatever you would like to support the channel as well. Shout out to everybody who gave super chats or cash apps. I appreciate you guys for the support. It definitely helps the channel out. And also continue to watch the videos, like I stated before. Hit the like button on your way out. AT, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate you coming in at the end. But thank you. I appreciate you so much, AT, for the super sticker. Thank you once again. I appreciate you, bro. So shout out to everybody who supports the channel, y'all. Make sure you continue to support it any way you can. I will be back tomorrow. We will open the panel up if you want to give your thoughts on the topics that are talked about in tomorrow's live. So thank y'all once again. I appreciate you guys so much for being here. Stay tuned for more. Continue to support it any way you can, you guys. I love y'all. Be safe out here in the streets, and I'll see you tomorrow. Y'all take care. Mwah. I'll see you later. Bye.